derivative GP level.
Hot Australian Party.
It really was. I watched all the way through. It was derivative. That derivative GP and the painting story, which is like buried in one of the episodes, are our top. I mean, we were cooked.
So essentially, for the listeners, fast forward the Hot Australian Party until you start hearing a story about going to a party.
Should we tell the listeners like what those numbers are?
Yeah, was that this recent? What, your little 136?
Well, and also that like no one
the
watches
underlying
past, like.
Yeah, I guess now it's too late. Should we tell them and then you say the actual fact? No, we can tell them. Why don't we give them the good news first, and then we'll give them the bad news.
Yeah, we broke. So our what are we at? 136. For whatever reason, Sex Party, and I watch our views a lot, has been peaking. It's spiking the views.
Yeah,
and we're over. And all year I was.
It's our coming out party.
Yeah. That's what it felt like for me. I'm finding out we may have some more work to do. But all year I was telling you, I was like, dude, we'll get to 100 by the end of the year.
Right, 100 views.
100 views on one of these YouTube, which is just the YouTube.
Right.
Right? There are other
There's
avenues.
Another, like, whatever, you know, couple thousand just doing audio.
Yeah, just on the audio. So 136. And I'm like, oh, we beat it. We beat it.
Right.
Not even the end of the year.
So Hardy calls me up all excited.
Because I get excited.
Over the moon. He's like, you'll never believe it. The numbers. And I was like, and Hardy's done this before to me. And he'll be like, we're at 40 views. And I'm like, you can't call me up excited about 40.
You have said that. And then this time you were like, when you told me what you were about to tell me, you were like, oh, it's like telling a kid Santa's not real.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's how it felt. I was.
Well,
so
you
deflated.
told me, and I was pumped up about the 136. I was like, oh, it's sweet, you know. And then I looked on YouTube because I wanted to know what the real reason of it, where the clicks are coming from, and on YouTube,
because you're a smart guy, you're an accountant,
right? Yeah. And on YouTube, they give you actual like in-depth analytics. It's not just a view count when you're looking at your creator page. And I saw that like. What was it, like 83% of those viewers exited out of the window within the first minute?
Yeah. Is that how fast? I thought it was first like average.
30. No, it was like.
Oh, I thought everyone.
It was really in the first like 50 seconds, but I rounded it up.
Okay, because I thought the average listen time was like 3 minutes or so. I saw
the average listen time is 4 minutes.
That's not bad.
Which means that 2 people listen to an hour 30. That's all that means.
That's not bad. 2. Yeah.
Those 2 outliers that listen, which is you. Right?
Maybe we're too transparent on the pod.
Right.
Maybe that's
that's why we have thousands of listeners on audio only.
You are with us on this. I still think. Do you still think there's some positive to this? It's better than no one clicking on it.
Yes.
I do think there's that.
We need shots on goal.
Yeah.
Wow,
I like that. Shots on goal. Now, there we go. Now we just got to get that 3.5 number up to 5, 10. If someone's average watch is around 10, that's really nice.
What would really suck is if we looked at the the in-depth analytics of the clips that we've put up, and people click out within like 2 seconds, like they're bots, like getting money by clicking.
Here's another thing, though. This is just, don't you think a little bit of this is on the people? Like, the attention spans. No one's really watching $1.30. Here's the thing. Some people are, but you got to be the top of your game. There's maybe like 50 podcasts where people literally listen for like, oh, I'm going to listen to a 2-hour podcast. How often are you doing that?
I don't do it anymore. I used to do it. I used to do Tim Dillon and listen to like the full thing and stuff like that, but now I don't even do it anymore.
Yeah. You just go.
You need clips. The clips are the key.
Yeah.
We need to get into the clip game.
But you got the channels going. You got clips up, a couple of the clips up there.
We have like 3 clips. But even the clips that you're talking about, they're like 40-minute clips. It's like we basically cut off the first 20 minutes.
I know. They're
Like
not
those aren't
really,
clips.
I did
That's
mark
an edited episode.
I did mark one clip from the last one
Okay.
that I was like, okay, this is a clip.
Right.
1 minute,
1 minute.
something like that.
No one's listening. Now we have definitive
Yeah.
proof that at this point in the
Yeah,
podcast,
this
no
is-
one's listening.
We know.
We have statistical proof
I
that at
think-
minute 5:26, the majority, we're at 5:30 right now, and no one's listening. We could say whatever we wanted. I did 9/11.
Because we come out and we drive it into the ground.
Can you imagine the
We just
FBI
drop-
shows up? They're one of the listeners.
Listen, we
That would actually be pretty sweet.
yeah.
It'd be like, we got the FBI. That'd be a good credit. The FBI listens
they're
to
like,
our
how did-
podcast.
The FBI. That's funny. The FBI listens to our podcast.
We have a very niche audience.
Why do they listen? Well, we don't really know, but they listen.
If we say FBI
like-
enough, the algorithm, like the FBI's algorithm will lead that they're like, we need to listen to this pod. They said FBI 20 times.
In like 10
It's
minutes.
like an anti-terrorist thing
Well, the FBI is.
because they have algorithms to see what.
You think the FBI has algorithms?
Yeah, they're listening. Yeah, they're tapping phones.
Yeah.
They have that whole thing where they tap phones. Like all, I'm pretty sure all. I don't know whether it's like a conspiracy or not, whether this is true fact, but I'm
It
pretty
sounds
sure
like it's going to be on the edge coming out.
I'm pretty sure it's
I'm
like an
pretty
anti-terrorist measure. There's a law enacted,
Yeah.
whatever, 10 years ago where
After
they,
9/11, NSA.
NSA,
Yeah.
they listen in to a bunch of like, and an algorithm clicks off if certain words are said enough times in a certain phone conversation.
You know what's
It
funny?
like notifies them. It's like Hardy just had a phone call where he said bomb, FBI, Starbucks.
Yeah, it's all they keep it. They figure it out based on like what you say, and they're listening to everyone.
Right.
It is funny to include them as our listeners. The NSA.
If you want to sponsor us, NSA, can you imagine if we got sponsored by the FBI? That'd be a bad unlimited budget. It's government. We could charge them whatever we want.
Do we we at least have 10 to 15 extra views then,
Right.
which is the NSA. Because there's people, your eyes lit up. There's people surveilling us, so we should count that for our views.
Right. Well, we'll see. Well, if there's a bump in this episode, we'll know where it's coming from.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, we heard you guys talking about 9/11. You're like, how could you even? No, I've
Yeah.
never even said anything. And they're like, we listen past the 5-minute mark of your podcast.
And we love it. We're huge fans.
Yeah, we're monster fans.
They're like, actually, you'd be surprised how many other podcasts do the same thing. Have listed FBI to get listeners.
To try to get listeners.
Yeah.
Well, we thought maybe Sex Party, the name,
Right.
was driving a little bit of viewership. But maybe not. Maybe
You think there's a lot of Google searches?
I don't think
Sex
that's it.
party podcast
I mean that's
and
sad.
baby.
That's sad.
We
if
come
that's
up-
what's going that right. Sex Party podcast.
Sex party podcast.
Like I gotta think, you gotta be a real crazy person to go. All right, maybe I don't know who these guys are, but maybe they'll talk about a sex party.
clicking into
And then
a
that'll be
YouTube
hot.
video of two guys on a couch with 12 views, and you don't know what it is. You don't know what
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you really have to. No offense to our listeners.
yeah. If this is a real,
If we're describing you, we love you
yeah,
and we appreciate your business.
we love our faithful listeners.
I can't wait until like Nate Bargatze hits us up. He's like, I'm one of the two that listens to the
Well-
full thing. It's Hardy and Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, and my mom, I told you that
Yeah, we have some loose
we have a loose.
connection.
We have a loose. My mom said that like a coworker of hers that watches the show is good friends with Nate Bargatze.
Right. And it's slowly straight. It's a loose connection, but there's some fibers forming to
That's-
make it stronger. Slowly.
That's right.
Episode 200, we're
We're
going to have
thinking-
them on.
yeah,
Episode
yeah.
2 in a year and a half.
Yeah, like 200.
That's
like,
That's actually 2 years. 52 episodes a year.
is that what we're at 90? what are we at? 94?
Like 94 maybe.
Yeah, I think we're
It's
at 94. We're two of the like. This is a classic one. We're just because we're talking about the pod a lot.
Yeah.
We're
Well, here this actually bleeds into something else.
Yeah.
I went on a date with a girl,
Yeah.
and she said that she listened. She goes, I listened to the first 10 minutes
When was this?
a few nights ago.
Okay.
She goes, I listened to the first 10 minutes of your podcast. I'm like, oh, really? You know? And she's like,
10 minutes.
she goes, yeah, there's no like theme or anything, huh? And I go, no. She goes, so how do you like captivate your listeners? And I'm like, well, it's not like that type of podcast. I go, it's more a podcast where you put it on if you're driving, cooking, walking to work.
Right.
You want
right.
some background noise. You're not
Yeah.
learning anything from this podcast.
It's radio.
Yes.
We're going for radio.
Exactly.
Do something. Fix a shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, is Miller still droning on about that? These guys are great.
She was like, it seems like you guys don't edit it at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. She goes, what if you say something or it gets boring? I go, that's the whole thing. That's the point.
Then what'd she say?
She's just like, oh. Because she does a podcast, I guess.
She does.
And she listed how
Okay.
many views she gets.
Oh my God. Did she crush
And I'm
us?
pretty sure I think she's like, she said like 300.
Wow.
But the thing about the 300, I feel
That's
like
because she may have a theme.
she does have a theme. We're not plugging the podcast, all right? We're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
getting,
we'll
we're
stay
not
away.
abandoned, we're not getting our listeners to go over it. But I think if someone like when she told me 300,
Yeah.
it's not like I was like, oh, we just had 136 peak. I was like, oh, that's
Did you
good.
say that?
You're getting
Oh,
there.
okay. Yeah.
I was like
yeah.
pretended like we have like thousands and thousands of lists. So I'm wondering whether her 300 is really like
Right.
$120.
I think she probably went. This is a date. She probably
Yeah.
like she probably went a little high.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
she's
I
got,
got-
I listen to her podcast, and there's an intro song, there's topics. On this week, we got, we're talking about X, Y, and Z. And we have a guest on that knows about X, Y, and Z. It's that type of
Right.
podcast. Educational.
Yeah, I know those. Yeah.
And she goes, so why do people listen to your podcast? I go, for us.
Yeah. And
The hope is that we become interesting, and that they were with us at the beginning. They're investing in our careers.
yeah, the hope is that the improvisational style
Right.
will be, it's hard, it takes longer, it's harder work,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more authentic.
Right.
That's my right. So it's like more of a conversation actually. And some people don't like this. I know that some people don't like this. I don't really give a fuck. That's more of the point, like the catch up, feel good, buddies, Howard Stern. And
Not
we're
only
trying
that-
to do something new. Like we could go, you want like guys, there's podcasts.
There's nothing really new about this, but yeah.
But it is kind of, because think about how weird it's new. Like it is because it's like you guys don't have these things. They're neat. Everyone thinks they're needed.
Here's the key about the improvised thing is that we are becoming better podcasters. If we
course.
did what the first idea was and just stuck with that,
Right.
the podcast would suck
Yeah.
and it won't be any fun.
Yeah.
We've our last 10 podcasts have probably been
Yeah.
really good
Yes.
other than usually the first 20 minutes when we talk about the podcast.
Yeah. We do
We
like
need-
that's
we need-
part,
we
that's
need-
part
we
of
should-
our process though.
Yeah. We should try starting with like a story next time.
We could do that. Maybe we'll want to. Look, we went through our goat phase. We did the greatest of all time.
Right. Seltzer
done-
water
Yeah.
reviews.
We've done all sorts of stuff. We tell stories, which has been somewhat of a hit. We'll end up riffing.
Yeah.
It's not an easy task. We have to get people to want to watch us talk.
Right.
And a lot of people just don't care to endeavor down that path. So they script it. And scripting's not terrible. It's not it can work. You know? It can work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not doing like it's less fun. That's less
not
fun
NPR.
as an idea for me.
Right.
And you probably I know you probably jive with this.
This girl asked me, she goes, so how much time does it take you to like complete like one podcast? I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? She's like, well, I'll prepare for it, all this. I go, it takes me like 20 minutes to set up the equipment. And then maybe it takes me 30 minutes to like download the videos and do the side by side.
Yeah. Like a nat, right.
Yeah. So it takes me like 3 hours a week, probably 4 hours a week.
Yeah.
She said she does like hours of like research before the podcast.
Yeah. And probably like,
Yeah.
does a lot of that kind of like posts.
She's not picking her nose like I just did on the podcast.
That's not what it is.
What was I going to say? I was pretty
She listened for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So funny.
and I was sitting there like, all right. I was trying to think back on what I said in the first 10 minutes of that podcast.
Yeah, I couldn't even. Sometimes when people bring up that they listen to the podcast, I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
Like what's going to come out of their mouth.
What do
We
you
could
got?
also, well, there's another thing. We could also, this is what a lot of other people do too. They get rid of a lot of the podcasts that in posts that don't have any views.
Right.
And then they just leave the podcasts that like performed better.
Yeah.
We're not doing that either, right? We could do that.
We got.
Oh,
we actually don't
only
have
did-
available the first like 50 or something, like 60, 70.
Sure, but I'm saying like there's a ton of them on there for
Right,
us that are just
right.
like 20, like the videos, just regular.
Yeah.
You know, if you left soup in the garbage and just like 5, people would be like, "Oh man, like wow, like
Right.
you know." It's like, but you know, that's another.
probably should do that.
curated- Yeah, we could do that. We could. I think we've clearly demonstrated to the fans
Right.
that we're not going to behave for
You're getting
views.
us. You're
We're
getting
not
us.
yes, we're not behaving for views.
Right.
You know that
we don't
now.
care about you guys.
Quite literally, we do want you to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
We do like when we have a really good app.
We're
we
not
go,
trying to
"Wow."
force you to enjoy it,
Yes.
but if you enjoy it, we are happy that you're enjoying it.
Absolutely. And we like hearing why people enjoy it. Like, oh, a couple of regular guys.
Right.
And the video. People's like, the video's really fun.
Right.
You know? Like, you got on a chef shirt. I don't know if anyone's going to notice this in the video, but it's for a sketch for next week.
Yeah, we got big sketch coming up.
Yeah. I'm
It's gonna
pumped.
be big. I got Samaha.
Yeah, dude. Next weekend's
Samaha's
a big
in.
weekend.
And he's got some crony, Mario, that's coming.
Wait, Samaha has
Sma's got a
now?
crony that like will probably be doing like holding a boom maybe or something like that.
Mario.
Dude, it's gonna be
Ah,
a scene, man.
That's going to be a scene,
You, Samaha,
man.
and Mario.
Dude, I am so fired up. Wait, that was another thing. Samaha. Like, we might have been able to use, we might need to go back to the Samaha well for the
He like has
because we almost
he has
poached-
too much work.
I know. Now he's doing
He
Mango,
got picked up by
right?
Only Feehans, Mango
Yeah.
Bay, a bunch of podcasts.
You were on that too. Like, you were on
we made his career. Once again, we made someone's career.
That's right. Once again, we're out here launching people. The New York
Patty Clips. He goes by Patty Clips now.
He does, right?
Yeah, that's his name, Patty Clips.
Is he hitting you up on the video game consoles anymore?
No.
That was great.
He doesn't even have time for video games. He's that big.
Dude, that may be something we could reevaluate.
Yeah.
Cause my dumbass is like,
He's got
takes so
some
long.
dude, he's got some layer now too. Like I was like,
Yeah.
he's like, what do you need from me? I was like, well, I was hoping you'd film it, do the color correction,
Right.
and then send me all the raw and I could decide
yeah.
what clips where. And he's like, well, or you could come to my pad. I got like a whole studio, and he showed me this studio. It was like neon lights on the
Yeah.
top to make it blue, like 3 monitors, like a TV in the corner
Yeah.
that goes to the monitors, so that like I could just sit there and watch the TV instead of looking at his laptop.
Oh man.
He's got like video games while he's editing for the person that's hanging out.
Yeah, this is fun. I kind of want to go.
Yeah, I was thinking about going. I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
Do I really want to be sitting there going back and forth with Patty clips on like what second to cut off the scene? I'm like, no, dude. I have final cut on this.
just like questioning all of your decisions in that moment.
No, that's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, it's a big weekend.
Big weekend. That night I'm going to LCD Sound System. I'm supposed to.
Really?
Yeah. So we're starting at
Wow.
like 8 a.m. I know you're not going to be there, but I was going to get like
Oh yeah. I mean, I can
so
get up.
I was going to get like my scene, like my solo scenes done, so that you
Right.
only have to be there for like an hour. You know, so everything's ready to rock when you show up. You know, you're a big movie star already. You know?
Yeah. That's right. That's right. So long as it comes out.
It'll come out.
As long as the movie comes out.
It'll come out before New Year's Eve, definitely. I'll probably try.
Really? Oh wow.
I'll probably try. I mean, it's only going to be like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes. You know,
Yeah, that's nice.
it's super short.
I like hanging out on set though, so you're probably gonna.
You can
see
come whenever.
I come ISO ready. I'm a set guy.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
we're going to be
lid.
rocking.
Quiet on set.
And there's going to be like I have the lines for you, but I also
Nice.
want to do improv where you sit there for
Yeah.
20 minutes and you just kind of rattle off weird lines.
Yeah. This is gonna be awesome. I love.
Have you seen Chef's Table?
You should probably show it to him.
You should. Yeah. Do you have Netflix?
No,
All right.
I gotta rid it. Netflix is a disaster. Have you gone on there recently? It's a
Choi
fucking
just recommended to me
Yeah.
a movie that's strictly on Netflix.
gross. Netflix. What is
Something
it?
King, the Dark Poison King, or something like that.
King. The Poison King.
I don't know. It's the weird King. I don't know.
The
It's
King.
some.
The King. with
No,
Shel-
not the
oh,
King.
okay.
That's a fantastic movie.
That's a great movie.
Fantastic movie. But there's another one.
Tenant.
It came out in 2018.
Yeah.
And it's about some banished guy that was like
Oh, the Outlaw King.
Outlaw King.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I put him onto it. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's fantastic.
I might throw that on tonight.
That's fantastic. Also,
'Cause I was
did
going-
you do Primal Fear yet? I thought of you.
Hold on a second. We'll get pin
right.
Primal Fear.
Yeah.
I was going through some stuff last night, right? With
Yeah.
the ex, you know, I saw her and stuff. So,
Mhm.
instead, I was gonna like after hanging out with Troy, I was like, "Do you have a recommendation for a movie where it's just like?" I was like, the type of movie that I think would get me out of my whatever
Right.
would be some sort of war period piece, something that's drawn out, not
Really?
yeah,
you
like a
just wanna, like,
gladiator,
Because you
something
really,
like that.
because you disappear.
No
you're
romance.
saying? No.
No romance. I'm going into a distant land, like
This is such a bizarre,
like a barbarian
it's
movie.
Such a bizarre ask of someone. No romance. I want to go
No
to a distant
if there's
land.
if there's any romantic interest involved in
Yeah.
this movie, I'm turning it off.
Right. So like kind of Lord of the Ringsy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly
yeah.
like that. And he threw Outlaw King at me.
It's a good. I think it's Pine.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Um,
I watched a Pine
Primal-
movie last night. Yeah,
Primal Fear.
dude. Yeah, I thought of you because I like saw
It's
like
on my list. Is that
Yeah.
the one with
you got to. I think
Is
you're gonna
that-
like it. Now you're
you watched it recently? Or you just thought of it?
No, I thought of it because I've been on a thrillers kick. I've been
Right.
watching so many thrillers.
Have you
8mm, Prisoners, Fallen
uh-huh.
with Denzel, The Saint, and then I went into Boogie Nights, which isn't really thriller. I've been on a tear, and then some other movie.
Have you watched Licorice Pizza yet?
Yeah, I did see it.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Oh,
I liked it.
oh.
You really. I'm not a huge. Here's my thing. I liked it. That age, like that time period in someone's life,
Yeah.
I'm less fascinated with
You didn't like the time period.
than I think some other people are.
See, I just,
You know,
to be
but
honest,
it was great. Yeah.
to be honest with me,
yeah.
to be honest with you,
There's your clip. Be honest with me. That's great. I love that. I'm gonna start using that.
to be honest with me,
Be honest with me.
you're trying to trick yourself.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with myself. To be honest with me,
Yeah. Oh God, that's fun.
I was loving. It's like my entertainment
yeah.
was at peak.
Right.
It slowly started to drift down.
It did.
Towards the, I was like, all right, what are we like?
Yeah.
It seemed to kind of linger a little
Yeah,
bit, right?
yeah,
Where
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, all right, I get it. We're
Right.
back and forth. Where's the resolution?
Right.
We get the middle part,
Yes.
It could have been shrunk down probably 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also
But I
thought
was
it,
loving, dude. That
and I also thought it could be called Teenagers Running Places.
yeah.
Is also a name for Licorice Pizza. Could you how often it was just people running?
Yeah.
It felt very like Tarantino Feet for me, where it like honestly got distracting after a while. I was like, how many times you gonna
You
have
went to
this
AMC?
fatso run? No, I went. I did actually.
Did you go to
go.
Village East?
I didn't. I wanted to go there, but I did see it in 70M.
All right.
70
yeah.
millimeter.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a
Dude,
legendary.
Village
Let me tell you
East
the
is
story.
an amazing theater. Go ahead.
Unbelievable theater.
Go ahead.
It's big. It's glorious. I know
There's
what
a
you're talking
certain
about. That.
section though, which is the prime seats, and I didn't know that.
Yes.
So now I know. Next time I go,
Yeah.
there's this little stretch of like 4 rows,
You like have to
and
stand.
everything was jammed in there. I was like, usually a movie theater, I can sit in the back, and I'm like, whatever,
That's what I do. I go aisle back. Get out of
But
the
this
way.
this is elevated. It's a high
Yes.
grade. This theater is like sharp.
It's fucking. And am I right? Like it has like sort of oldish thingies on the wall. It's sort of like it
I'm
almost
pretty
feels
sure it was
a
like
theater.
an old theater. Yes, not a movie theater, like an old like performance
Yes,
theater.
yes,
It's got a
it's
big like
stunning.
mural up top.
Yes.
It's got
Gargoyles,
little, like,
maybe.
section. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
amazing.
It really is. I saw the fighter there. It's a really great
Yeah.
theater. And that's not AMC, right? Village East?
No,
Yeah.
This is
right.
independent.
This is independent.
Village East.
And you saw, you know what? I looked up. This is how I
saw
know.
Once Upon a Time there.
Oh, that's nice. Wow,
Yeah.
you got a good run at this theater. Wow, that's nice. When you start getting a nice little run, you better be careful going over there now. What you fire up, you don't want to jinx it. I looked. I go, oh, Miller told me he saw this sucker in 70 mil
Yeah.
at Village East. I go, let me check it out.
By the
'Cause
way-
maybe I'll do that. You know,
Right.
because it sounded ripping.
Yeah.
He told me you did it like early afternoon or something. I was like, this sounds unreal. So, but then I saw that AMC also had a 70 millimeter.
Right.
Come on.
Can you? I have a question
Yeah.
for the people at home and for the idiot like me.
Yeah.
What is 70 millimeter? Is it
Oh.
the shape? Is it the shape of the screen where it's longer, or is it that?
I think it's the technicalities of the actual film. It's film, I believe. But I do think it may affect the shape of the screen.
So they shot it
I
in
think it's
both
like
70
IMAX.
millimeter and digital. They did both.
I think they did both. Well, that's a great question.
mean?
Do you have to do digital? I think you'd have to do both because, like,
the frames
Tarantino
felt a
did
little
Hateful.
slower.
They did.
If that makes
Yeah,
it
did
right.
you see it? It's a
Yeah, there
little
was, like, a
different,
little
little
spotty.
great, spotty.
Yeah,
Some of the stuff was a little overexposed. I don't know if you noticed the whites.
I had that written down in my notepad as I was watching it. I said overexposed.
You're just in there now as like Miller the filmmaker.
New piece of paper.
Licorice Pizza, high entertainment.
Licking the pen.
value. Miller, yo, what are you up to? You're like, I'm taking notes
Shut up.
at Village East. That's a ripping. So there's differences you'll notice with the naked eye. Yes, that's why people like it. Like Tarantino was obsessed with it. He put out Hateful Eight in it.
Yeah.
But
I
it
saw
is
Hateful Eight
different.
in 70 millimeter too.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're like a 70 millimeter guy. I'm an IMAX.
If it's
guy.
available, I'm doing because it's not often, right?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same thing as like
Yeah.
I didn't see Avatar in 2D. You go see Avatar in 3D.
Yeah.
It's what it's done for.
Yeah. 3D vanished, huh?
3D did vanish, but
That's sad.
Avatar
I
is
like-
still amazing.
Yes. I was a 3D guy. People didn't really, I just thought they never fully got the right flick to merge.
I can't wait until there's a virtual movie where you put on a headset and you kind of look around.
I would
you
like
can look
that.
around.
Yeah. I just don't
Like,
want.
do I look at Tom Cruise in this scene or do I look at Gwyneth Paltrow? Like, which? So you have to go a couple times so you can kind of explore the scene.
Oh, have you heard about this? I think Nolan's doing this. Or Fincher, one of the two. Have you heard about this?
No.
I guess I haven't said what it is yet, so it's going to be hard for you to know. There's a movie coming out where you got to finish it in different theaters. You got to change theaters. Have you heard about this?
Are the theaters going to be like close together so we can do it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like this experience where like there's like different endings, but like you go to different theaters.
And when it goes digital, like when it comes out,
Yeah.
you have to watch one on Amazon Prime, one on Netflix, one on HBO.
Yeah, one on Hulu. You got to finish this movie on Tubi. Dude, but so this is what happened.
Yeah.
So I went for a skadooter. I went for that's what I call naps.
Uh-huh.
A little skadooter. And I go, this is when I was about to see Licorice Pizza.
Yeah.
So I had like a 9:30 show time.
Uh-huh. PM.
Yeah. PM, 9:30 P.
Uh-huh.
And it's 7:30
Uh-huh.
P, right? And I just ate like a huge meal of Indian food.
What'd you get? Vindaloo?
I get the same thing. I get tikka masala,
Yeah.
I get garlic naan,
Yeah.
and I get 2 of the shawarmas. Or whatever
Like the
they're called.
sticks, little
No, they're filled with
like a shawarma pita.
yes.
That's a massive.
Yeah, massive, dude. I was struggling.
Who doesn't get the garlic naan when you go
Yeah.
Indian?
No,
right?
you got to go naan. You got to
All
go naan. Diet Coke. And I gotten up at like 1 in the afternoon.
Right.
So, but then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll take a nap. Now this is super risky
Uh-huh.
because I got a 9:30 show time. So I'm like, but I'm so tired. So I fall asleep. I'm like, all right. And I give
All
up.
right. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, this is going, all right, everybody. There's no way
I've
can
made a decision.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
You know? But then I ended up turning off the light. And when I wake up, I'm like I'm in this skadooter dead zone, I was calling it, where I'm like, oh fuck. It's way too, there's no way I'm making the movie, and now it's too late,
Yeah.
or it's too early to go back to bed. You know, I'm thinking. Because you got to sleep through the night. So I didn't sleep through the night. And I roll over and I check, and I was drooling. That's how deep I fell into sleep.
Uh-huh.
So I was having like crazy dreams. Like nude. I was like nude. I was like running around. It was weird. I was nude reading. I had like hot takes. I was on the radio with like Coward. You know Colin Coward? It was bizarre.
Yeah, old coach.
He's like a sports talk announcer that I
Oh,
watch
okay.
a lot of during the day. So I was like in deep, 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 deep sleep. Okay. And I roll over and it's fucking 9.
9 p.m. flat.
Yeah, 9 p.m. flat. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I got a chance. So I fucking. That's what it was like, dude. I was like, I had drool. I was like, I can't believe I pulled this off. Like I went into the skadooter zone, and I'm gonna live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
You can't take a nap before a 9:30 showtime.
No.
And get it. So this is my tale. I get away. So I go down there. Boom. I make
What
it.
time did you get in?
Like right at 9:30. Lincoln Square.
What would you say that?
Fired up, dude. I was so excited. Now I'm well rested. And now I live
Corn?
to tell the tale. Yeah. I was like, this is the greatest for me. That's that's where my life's at.
I forget
where
what
like,
movie. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, where like I fall asleep. I was gonna be so disappointed that I have missed it. I don't know when I was gonna watch it.
Yeah. I forget what movie I watched recently, but I was in the theater and I was with someone. And I did the ground corn like you told me.
Oh yeah, you got to do.
They were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I go, ground corn, Hardy."
What'd they say?
They're like,
yeah,
whatever.
Dude. My buddy Rich. Okay, so Desi, Rich and Rod, I see them a lot. They're like my very, very good friends in the West Village.
Yeah.
And they have this like 2 or 3 year old daughter named Desi. And she's starting to go. Rich is starting to take her to the movies. Oh, dude. So she went and saw.
What's he like, Frozen or something? Like Toy Story?
Yeah, like Encanto. She just saw Encanto.
Oh, yeah.
And she loves it. So like Rich.
Dude, can you imagine being a 2-year-old seeing the big screen?
They got pictures of her, dude, in front of the like. So there was like a fathead. You know, they do those in the theater of Sing 2. This movie, Sing 2. I've never heard of this. And she got freaked out. Like, she stopped, freaked out, was like, Dad, we got to see this movie, you know? And I'm like, Rich has pictures of it. He's showing me pictures in the theater. I'm freaking out.
Dude, you got to have kids. You got to have kids. Isn't that beautiful?
It really is. It really.
Can you imagine bringing your kid to the theatres for the first time?
I can't imagine it. But I'm living it through Rich a little bit. And it's like she saw Paw Patrol. She's like seen a decent slate of flicks. I'm like, this Desi's kind of on fire.
You're like, is she rating them? She needs to keep a log early. Every flick of all time.
Like, dude, it's a good
That'd
point.
That'd be great if he had her like logging movies 1 through 10.
Dude.
From age 2. That would be an epic log.
That would be sick.
Yeah, you should tell him.
I gotta tell him. I'm like, Rick, I'm coming next time. I was like pissed. I was like, Rada, did you go? And she's like, yeah. Like, I'm Desi's mom. I was like, oh, all right. Would you guys tell me next time?
Uncle Maddie's coming.
She's like too tiny in the seat. You know, the recliners are massive.
You're like, listen, Desi. I know your parents won't tell you this. This is something your parents won't tell you. When you get popcorn, throw some on the ground. You're like, there's a little.
Luck.
There's an Uncle Hardy original.
That's what you get to do, though. You get to go Uncle Hardy, teach her a little bit. All right, Des, you all set? You know, you got your C0 set. Is everything set? Do you want to recline now? Right? What's your...
that'd be killer.
I had 2 people during Licorice Pizza just like making out. I was like, what's happening in the world? That you go...
Did you ever make out during a movie? I don't know if I've ever made out during a movie.
No, and not... No.
You do a reach over?
It's just like... Do you not see each other enough?
Guys,
that, like, you're like, what?
Can you imagine if behind you start kicking the guys?
I went like, I was like, what did I say? I go, shut the fuck up.
It's PTA.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm trying to watch this fucking flick.
Or are you the type of guys that a 25-year-old and 16-year-old hooking up gets you horny? You creeps?
Yeah, right. Nah, dude. Sometimes I have to, like, do shit. Sometimes at the theater, I end up, like, doing shit that, like, the theater should be doing. Like, the other day, this movie started, and they had the fucking door propped open. So I just popped down, kicked it closed. I'm like, come on, guys. Set the table.
Can you imagine going to a movie theater before it's going to one of the guys and goes, all right, what's the run of show here?
Yeah.
What's the process of, you know?
Yeah, go into
You're
the.
like, are you closing the door? Like
Yeah.
you go over a checklist as a customer.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah. Woo! The movies, man.
Yeah. So that was my big. What night was that? I don't even know. Tuesday, maybe? No, maybe another night. Maybe Wednesday night. I got that booster, though, dude, and it fucking
Really?
set me back.
Bad?
I mean,
People are saying the side effects from the booster are worse than
I got muscle ache. Like,
than Omicron. Like Omicron's like a cakewalk apparently. If you
I
get
thought they were. I did not. Yeah, they were not fun.
it. Yeah. I mean, I got COVID, so I don't even
Right.
need to get the booster for another. My
Oh, you
doctors have
don't?
been telling me 90 days. I essentially got a natural boost because I got it.
Right.
Now my antibodies are back up. They're like, whoa.
Right. So you don't need it. Right? Because you got COVID
For
on
90
the pod.
in 90 days, I need to jack up my percentage. You know. But I got two little. So the first story is a little quick.
Yeah.
Today,
Oh, you got other. Yeah.
I go to David's Cafe for lunch because I know that they're closed on Sundays. There's no chance for us to go, you know, for dinner.
Right. Fuck, I forgot about that.
So I go for lunch. It's packed.
yeah.
There's a line out the door. And I was thinking about just skipping away to somewhere else, but I was like, let me just peek in.
Like
So I
literally
peek
skip-
in,
Yeah.
and the guy goes, "What's up, man? Just one?" And I go,
Oh.
"Do you have room? I know there's a line and stuff." He goes, "Let me take care of it." So he goes,
Ah.
"You come here all the time. Let me care of it.
Yeah.
Let me take care of it." So he goes into
You're a
this
regular.
other room
Really?
to the side. I guess David's Cafe also has that place next door.
Wow.
And there's like some private gigs in there. There's like a six top and like another. These are like big gigs, you know,
Really?
not little two tops, four tops. These are
Right.
like big parties. There's one lit. There's like two little two tops, and he goes, "Come over here. We got you here." You know. Then the guy that we know comes over, gives me a pound. He goes, "The usual." I go, "Yeah, usual."
Oh man.
So I'm living right. I'm
yeah,
in
you're
heaven.
in the side. You're in a side room at the
Right.
local
So
spot.
so now in walks a little lady,
Excuse me. What little lady?
just a random.
Oh, so you didn't know this lady?
No, I
okay,
did not know
okay,
this
because
lady.
we've ran into people there.
Right.
Yeah.
Brand new lady, and she's got this like, you know those like fuzzy sweatsuits.
Yeah.
It's like a sweatsuit, but it's fuzzy on the outside.
like juicy kinda.
Yeah, but big, thick, fuzzy.
Yeah. Fuzzy. You mean like
Like a nice carpet's like that's what it like. You know how a carpet, the things come out. There's strings that come out of a carpet. Fuzzy
that was
strings.
happening. That was happening on her.
It was that, but
On-
tasteful,
Right.
tasteful fuzzy strings.
So a lot of stuff wasn't falling off.
Right.
Okay.
Velour is smooth. There's not fuzzies coming out, right? It's just
yeah.
fuzzy.
No. Yeah.
There's nothing coming out,
Yeah,
protruding.
yeah,
This
yeah.
there was a protrusion
Right.
of items. I need to figure out what this is called. But so she sits down,
A jumpsuit.
two pieces,
Two-
pants
okay.
and top.
That's
matching.
pretty snazzy though.
It was very hot.
It was hot.
It was very hot.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Whoa.
Very hot.
Mind blown. Okay. Right, because it's a little number. This is
Right.
a nice little number.
Right.
She's sitting down for a plate of ziti.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I was like watching like video game. Like I was watching
Oh,
like
good start.
a YouTube of like video games, and I saw her sit down, so I quickly like exited out and like went to a different video of like synthesizers and stuff, so I looked cool.
It's so funny how
In case
often,
she looked over.
how often you and I are talking about shifting our behaviors because we see women.
Yeah.
It's a consistent theme.
Yeah.
Right. So you think, oh, she's not gonna buy the video games. I gotta really step it up.
Right.
Maybe if she sees that I like DJ equipment. Is that what you're talking about?
Like a synthesizer, yeah, like a keyboard.
Oh, yeah, that'll do the trick.
Well, she doesn't know. It's better than video. It's better than some guy shooting guns. So
There is something slightly embarrassing about playing video games in public.
yeah.
You see, like, see some loser on the train, like,
I'm not, dude.
you know what? Like, get yourself a book.
I wasn't even playing video games. I was watching someone else play video games on YouTube. This wasn't even me playing.
You know what? I think that's better than playing video games.
I was watching Dr. Disrespect play Warzone.
Yeah, because I have done. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you've
And
lost.
then-
You got no paperback. You got to get back on your paperback game.
I know. So I start manipulating. So then I get the plate. I take out my napkin. I unfold it kind of slow, like a tasteful unfolding of the napkin, and put it on my leg.
Right. Nice, clean.
I'm
You're back. This
Right.
is a nice move. I like this move. Yeah.
not just unfolding it once and going like this,
Yeah.
I'm taking my time, doing it very meticulously, putting it
Classy
out,
guy. Yeah.
tightening it, and then throwing it on the lap.
Wait, and what did you order? Is that coming?
Burger and fries.
Okay.
So the burger is a little greasy at this place, right?
Yeah. That.
So I'm making sure as I'm eating the burger, I go burger first. What I do is I do 2 fries to test the temperature. And if it's too hot, then I go burger.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Go burger and it's grease is dripping down, but I'm really trying to make sure that nothing's sliding around, that I can complete it in one, where I'm not having to open up the patty and reshift. So I'm really
Right.
I need to.
Get a good grip. What's the? Okay. How far?
By the way, she's not looking over at all.
That's what I'm wondering.
She is not looking over at all.
But she was seated pretty close to you.
Right next door, and she was by herself.
Oh, okay. So that no,
We're the only
no.
2 people in the entire restaurant that are seated by themselves.
So as much as you want to like self-deprecate, she's not looking. I guarantee
She's aware.
Yes,
She's aware of my
she's
maneuvers.
aware. She's aware.
And I also of hers. I haven't looked over there either.
Yeah, you're not looking.
Our
yet?
The only
Okay.
things that we're looking at are peripherals. We're both looking forward at our individual tables, but the only thing that we're paying attention to is the peripheral.
Is the peripheral of the other person.
We're peripherally each other.
Right. That's even more awkward because you feel like kind of tunnel vision.
You think anyone else was looking at us
yeah.
and noticing that we were peripheраling because we were like not looking at anything specific?
Yeah.
We were both kind of in a trance forward.
Yes.
So then I do the fries, and I'm not mangling the fry. I'm not cleaning up every single fry, right? The scrappy fries I leave on the plate. I'm not a monster in this situation. Like the crusty corner fry that's not even a fry, it's just crust. I'm not eating those.
Right. And she's thinking, wow, look at this guy.
This guy's self-control.
I mean, he doesn't even go for these lazy, bogus slate fries. I love this guy. Maybe I'll ask for his number.
This guy is something. She's probably getting a little nervous, a little sweaty over there.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm surprised you didn't ask because the other time I say, hey, what's your name? That's my big go-to.
Well, you know that I have no no self-confidence or gumption to
Yeah, so you keep
talk to a
going.
girl.
Yeah.
But here I'm thinking to myself, I've always kind of fantasized about meeting a girl in the wild outside the dating apps.
Yeah.
I think it's the move.
Yes. Always the move.
It's the move. And I'm thinking to myself, she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to talk to me, But then I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, if I don't do it now, for the next 3 hours of the day, I'm going to be beating myself up.
Yes.
If I don't throw something
We
at
talked
her.
about this the other day where your brother's like, I can't stop thinking about it. It
didn't
crushed me for weeks.
Yeah, there's a girl working at the bar, and they were giving eyes to each other, and he never went up because
courage. You gotta, even if it doesn't lead, even if it's just so that you did it, you can forget about it. Yeah.
So then I remember I got these business cards for baby shower.
Yeah, which I've seen you use.
And I go, this is going to be perfect.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's hilarious.
So I close the tab.
Yeah.
I have my jacket on at this point.
Wow. Okay, you're
I asked for the bill, right?
Yeah.
I give him my card. As he's going to go to the register, I put my jacket on like I'm about to bounce, right?
Right.
Comes back with the bill, sign, whatever. And then as I'm putting the credit card back in the wallet,
Right.
I take out a business card. in kind of one motion.
Yeah.
And
Are
so
you now? What direction are you facing?
I am out of my skull nervous. I am out of my skull nervous.
Right.
Oh,
this is great.
So I go to turn to her, and this is the first time I'm like really even like seeing her face. You know what I mean? Because we're both facing the same way.
Yeah, you're about to break the fourth wall.
Right.
And it may catch her off guard. Like sometimes when I do that, like sometimes people are like, "Huh? Oh, you're talking to me."
Well, listen to this.
I've had that happen, and then I have to go, "Yeah, hey, it's nice to meet you. Like I was just sitting right here." You almost have to like come over yeah.
So I look over, and I got my business card already. She got earphones in.
Oh.
But now in my head, it's like too late. So I'm like panicking. Like there's like it felt like an hour. There's probably a good like 2 seconds where I'm just kind of looking at her with my card in my hand.
The headphones really threw you for a loop.
And I'm thinking to myself, if I go, excuse me.
You gotta go.
If I go, excuse me, there's a chance that she doesn't hear, and then you're screwed.
Well, what's funny is if you have to go, excuse me,
excuse
me, and now the reason you're doing that is here's my business card. That's where that doesn't line up, is because you can't excuse me into the business card. You just have to hand the business card. Hey,
that would have been a move where I just place it on the table and I go,
yes. Or, hey, I just wanted you to know, do a comedy show, but it's smooth. The business card is too silly to stop someone from what they're listening to. Hey, excuse me.
So when
here's my business card. What? Because then they're going to go, oh. Oh, thanks. You know, like, what the fuck?
Well, she got pods in.
Okay. This wasn't over here. This is hilarious, though. Okay, but I agree with you on this excuse. I don't know if you can go, excuse me. I think you have to go. If it's me, I don't touch her. I go near, and I get the attention lightly.
That's what I did.
Like a light attention.
I reach over on the table.
Yeah.
And do a couple taps. Like I was knocking. And in my other hand, I got the business card ready. It was the non-business card hand that I did a couple taps on the table.
It's just so funny to think about the thought process that goes in to what eventually just becomes you like awkwardly tapping the table near her. Like it's like, God damn it, guys, just get it together.
Of something there will be no fruition, that nothing will come to fruition out of any of it. You know what I mean? Like 1% of the chance something will come out of it.
Yeah. But it's just like you would never like think about how many times if it was a guy or like someone just like would you like closely tap near them? you just end up in weird spots with ladies when you're trying to talk to them, like where you're like, like, can you imagine her with her headphones on? Like, is this guy
Well, that's
tapping near me, or is this a high? That's tough to discern. That might not be a high.
well. Here's the thing: is that she wasn't like startled by it,
She wasn't.
which in my estimation means that she was kind of, she either saw that I was getting ready for something, for some sort of maneuver, or she like wasn't surprised. Like she just gets it enough where she's
or
like,
you
"This
exit. You
fucking-"
may have, because I would have done the same thing. It does sound weird and probably look a little weird, but you probably executed well.
Right.
If you just get a couple light taps, you're just looking for attention. Hey, like, because it's weird. You don't want to do
Right.
this guy too.
You don't want to go like this. You
That's
don't want to
aggressive.
get in her ear. You know what I mean? And go,
Yeah.
hey, take out the earbud.
Right. Oh my God, that's assault.
A nightmare.
So you okay. So you okay. That's
whole
what I would have done too, though. So you
Yeah.
double tap.
Double tap. And
You
she
lightly
looks
tap.
over.
Yeah.
And there was kind of a moment where like she saw like the first, I think she really didn't want to get talked because
I'm sure
there was
she's,
a delay in the response.
Yes.
And here I am, this fool. I probably had like little seeds from the bun in my teeth, like I just eaten a burger, like crust.
Yeah. Crust.
And I said the stupid, I go,
Did she take her things out? Like, what the hell?
yeah, she kind of was like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's
Okay.
like, and I go, do you like comedy shows?
No way. That's the first thing he said. You are not a real person at this point in the story yet. I'm just going to say, you haven't introduced yourself. There's no hi.
I don't do.
Like human,
Well, I don't do anything apparently, but I don't do.
Human
I don't do the
communication has
names.
gone out the window. You like comedy shows, right? But you're trying to get to the card,
Here's the thing,
and it's kind
Here's the
of kind
thing.
of sweet. Look, you're like
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
No girl, in my estimation, is gonna be blown away by some conversation that I come up with. My goal.
right. You're sparing
that they
her
like-
the pleasantries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you like a comedy show. I run a comedy show. Come.
Right. Right.
And then if things go well, maybe she'll come up to me after the show and talk.
Yeah.
That's my goal. My goal isn't to, as
No,
they're
no,
about
no,
to
no,
eat.
no,
I'm in
for
and out.
sure, for sure. I'm just someone,
And it's
over
fun,
time.
and it's like a fun event. I'm offering her something.
Yes.
And also, it might not come off as me hitting on him. It might be like, oh, this guy's a promoter. So you're like,
That's the thing.
trying to
That's-
promote a show.
Yeah, that is right, and that's what I would want too. I wouldn't want someone to think I'm hitting on them.
Yeah.
I would just probably over time have gotten to, hey, don't mean to interrupt.
Right.
My name's Matt. I was
Well,
just
this is
eating
my
here.
this is my first time ever doing any
yeah,
of
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. But that's
my,
what's funny about it.
my heart is just fucking rocking, dude.
That's the best part of this story. And then so then you, and it's nice because you savor the pleasantries. You're like, you said, do you like comedy shows?
You go to I'm kind of blacked out. I don't know whether I said do you like comedy shows or do you go to a lot of comedy shows? I don't know which one I said.
Okay. So what'd she say?
So I think she was like, nah, I don't go to many.
Oh,
I think she said something along the lines of like, I've been, but I don't really go.
that makes sense. She's
And
not
so
like
I
a big-
immediately go, no worries. No, I didn't say no worries.
Ah!
I didn't say no worries.
Right.
But I
okay.
hand over the card. I go, I run this comedy show
Right,
called
right.
Baby Shower. It's on the Lower East Side. It's
Nice.
awesome. If you want to come,
Yeah.
just follow us on Instagram and then DM me,
Right.
and I'll set it all up.
Great. There you go. That's
And she
great.
was like, "Oh, cool." And then she looked on both sides, and on the other side it says Tobin Miller. So like,
right.
But she looks at both sides, and then I did like a little last
Interesting.
minute embellishment. I was like, "It's at this awesome place called Canary Club. Have you been to Canary Club?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, I haven't been to Canary Club." I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh, it's this cool place that has jazz, and then one night a week it's got comedy, but it's awesome."
Oh, so you had a bit of a. You're still going.
I'm pitching.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to come, just DM. It's a good time. And she goes, all right, thanks. I'm like, all right, good seeing you. See you later. And then I get out.
Yes.
And I'm standing tall on the exit. You know what I mean? I want to, I'm not slouching. I'm trying to look real confident. Sauntering out. I take my sweet time. The guy from the beginning, the guy that helped me out with the table.
Yeah.
It's not the main guy. The guy that helped me out with the table is the other guy.
Oh, okay.
He opens the door for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, that was quick. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get in and out. He's like, no, we love having you.
Right.
Anytime. Like, we got you. And in my head, I'm like, now maybe this girl's seeing me exit.
Facts.
And she sees me
not
all, now I'm talking to now she's not special.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking to the guy that is the.
Yeah. That was your big, that was a nice plot. That was a nice pop. That's a nice, if you can get like someone on the way out that goes, hey, love having you. Now you're schmoozing.
I said through my teeth, I go, give me a pound. Just give me a pound, all right?
Yeah.
Hug me.
Yeah, I'll get those gifts to your
How's the wife?
To your niece. How's the wife? I love it. All right, I'm gonna see you later. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, but get
that girl Diet Pepsi on me.
Oh, she would have cried.
Can you imagine if you sent over a Diet Pepsi?
Bro, come on. She would think that's fucking ripping.
Yeah.
But that's such a, like, there's no
but once
better
again,
move.
She had put her earphones in, probably, so she didn't see it. But I don't know.
Yeah, but getting the guy on the way out with listen, this is just me. I don't know about you, this is me. Nothing better than when you're a neighborhood guy.
Yeah, status symbol.
Chicks love neighborhood guys.
Yeah.
This guy's in the off to the side room. He knows people.
He's by himself. He's comfortable with himself. He knows the owners.
Yes.
He's got a comedy show.
Yup. Likes burgers.
Likes burgers.
He likes a good burger. That's nice though.
But I was so over, even though it was an awkward conversation a little bit.
No, it doesn't matter. It's only the actual act.
I know.
Yes.
I was the most, I was on cloud 9.
Yeah.
For I was even thinking it'd be funny to go back to her and go, I know, even if you don't come, I'm glad we had this because it's making me a better person.
That's funny.
And then I'm like, actually, could I have the card back? It actually costs quite a bit.
Do you have your cell phone number on the card? Do you have your number on the card?
I don't think so. Just website and Instagram.
Because that could have been really gangster as you proceed down the line. If you were like, hey, throw your number on there.
Well,
that's
well, my move was going to be if you want to come to the comedy show, but if you don't like comedy, then you could just follow me on Instagram on the back.
Yeah, ooh, that's smooth.
Something like that.
That's nice.
But I'm not at that level. This is the first card I've ever given out.
Yeah, and also, it's really simple. My buddy Nick's we talk about Nick's would always say this. He just goes, just go whenever you want to get the number, whatever, just go, what's your number? When are we getting drinks?
Right off the bat.
Yeah, or whenever you want to do it. When are we getting what's your number? Let's get when are we getting drinks?
Yeah.
I'll do that with coffee. I'll be like, yeah, what's your number? Maybe we can get something to eat, grab a coffee. It's out before it's even. There it is. Nice and easy.
What's your number? When are we going to get grab drink? Tuesday? All right, Tuesday, 8 o'clock at Remedy Diner.
Remedy
okay,
Diner.
Yeah. I can't do that anymore. I got, you just go through a full inner dialogue.
And she was hot, huh? That's what
she was like,
yeah, but enough that you were tunnel vision, oh, this chick, I'm sitting right next to this chick.
Nah, it wasn't if she's listening, by the way, right now.
Yeah, one, she's already defied the analytics, but two, yeah,
she sees me with a chef outfit on. Oh, he cooks too. She was very pretty,
Yeah.
very attractive, but not one that I would be like.
Not your speed.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be thinking about. There's certain girls where you think
Yeah.
about. There's this one girl that I saw like 2 months ago that I still think about. I'm like, whoa, she was.
Nantucket, Main Street. This chick, neon, like workout outfit.
She wasn't one of those.
She wasn't one of those.
Right.
All right.
Enough.
Well, that's a good starter pack because
Right.
you gotta. I always tell guys this. One thing I like if you're going for the public, just chat, is talk out loud. Like what you like, talk to yourself, but out loud. This is how you can talk to a lot of chicks. Do they still serve the cheesecake here? I had no idea. Right? Just say it out loud, and you can get you'll.
Oh, did I just say that out loud?
That's your move, though.
Sorry about that. But do you know?
Yeah. You're getting a ticket in a line. Wow, this is for these price. I think these went up. That's all
When you
gotta
look at 'em?
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Do you look at them after, or do you pretend like you're in your own world?
You gotta like pretend. You gotta learn the balance. You're in your own world, but what you're doing is you're putting feelers. So
this
like
is a lure that's going out,
Yes.
and it's up to the fish to bite it.
boom, send it back if you want it. People who want are like oh, this guy's kind of cute, or like they like you, might be like, yeah, I know, like the fares have gone. They
Yeah.
will respond. If they don't want it, they'll leave you alone, right? But that's how you just put it out, let the lure out.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something you're thinking, like you're actually thinking in your head, like that would make like it's happening all the time. Like at the movie theater, I could have been like, are these two? If there was like a pretty girl, are these two guys like really making out behind?
Yeah.
Like just say out loud.
Can you believe this?
There you go. Can you believe this? That's how you go.
Here's the thing.
That's a move, yeah.
If you want to approach women in public and stuff, you have to now approach everyone in public.
Right.
Guys, girls that you're not attracted to, everyone, because then it doesn't make
Right.
you talking to that girl special.
Yeah.
Now you're just talking to everyone.
Oh, that's a nice game. Yeah. But what if you want the girl to know that like you were like interested in her?
Well, they don't know,
Yeah.
They don't know that you're talking to everyone.
Right.
It's not like as I exit, I'm going up to another table and being like, "Hey, how's your meal?" I'm just
you're
saying. I'm
in
saying
your own
mentally,
psyche.
in your own psyche.
Got it.
Now nothing is special about anyone. You talk to everyone.
That's smart. That's a smart move.
That way you don't get nervous
Yes.
when the pretty girl's there. You're just talking to
Yes.
everyone.
Also, you got to understand that like hotness is like it's like having a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's one quality, and it's really not that important of one.
It's the most important in the short term.
Sure. In like
It's the first qualifier. We'll put it that way.
yeah, that's
Before
probably-
anything else, that's the only qualifier that exists in the realm of attraction. Until you start
Right.
talking.
Well, what about energy?
I don't know.
I think energy
Not an
comes off.
energy guy.
Yeah, it comes off though. Comes off.
I'll tell you what, the fucking outfit, this fuzzy outfit was giving off a lot of energy.
Yeah, static energy.
See, I like. Oh,
How did it
can you
funny?
imagine? Whoa,
Whoa,
Kramer, do a Kramer. Whoa,
that would be great, dude. You go, zzz, man, that fuzzy outfit's really getting me.
do you like comedy shows? Because those are electric too.
Ah! Oh, he goes, do you like? Oh God. Oh. All right, I gotta pee.
All right, team. Right?
Yeah, another one of the